Some goals make you stand up and cheer, others make you shake your head in disbelief. But bicycle goals? They're in a league of their own. A mix of acrobatics, instinct, and pure audacity, they're the kind of goals you remember forever. Today, we're diving into the greatest bicycle goals of all time. Let's get started. Jude Bellingham versus Slovakia, 2024. Jude Bellingham keeps making history, and his bicycle kick against Slovakia was another chapter in his incredible story. A cross from the left found Bellingham in the box, and with incredible athleticism, he delivered a bicycle kick that flew into the corner. For a player still so young, this goal showed why he's destined for greatness. Trevor Sinclair versus Barnsley, 1997. Even in the lower leagues, magic happens. Sinclair, playing for QPR, pulled off what many still call the greatest bicycle kick in English football. A looping cross came into the box, and Sinclair, with his back to goal, threw himself into the air and smashed the ball into the net. It was so good that it's still being talked about decades later, proof that brilliance can happen anywhere. Luis Suarez versus Levante, 2018. Luis Suarez is no stranger to incredible goals, but his bicycle kick against Levante stands out as one of his best. A looping cross came in from the left, and Suarez, always aware of his surroundings, flung himself into the air and connected with perfect timing. The ball sailed into the net, leaving the keeper helpless. It was a reminder of why Suarez remains one of the most lethal strikers in modern football. Aaron Derdiak versus Wolfsburg, 2011. Some bicycle kicks are about timing, and then there's Aaron Derdiak's goal against Wolfsburg, which was about pure improvisation. The ball bounced awkwardly into the box, and with no time to think, Derdiak flung himself into the air and connected perfectly. The ball rocketed into the net, leaving the Wolfsburg keeper frozen. It's a goal that still gets replayed anytime Bundesliga brilliance is discussed. Wayne Rooney versus Manchester City, 2011. The Manchester derby tied at 1-1 with everything to play for. Then came Rooney's moment of magic. Nani's cross took a slight deflection, but Rooney adjusted perfectly, launching himself into the air. His right boot connected, sending the ball flying past Joe Hart and into the top corner. The crowd went wild, and even Sir Alex Ferguson later said it was the greatest goal he'd ever seen at Old Trafford. Iconic doesn't even begin to cover it. Philippe Mexes versus Anderlecht, 2012. Bicycle kicks from 30 yards out? Most players wouldn't even try it, but Mexes wasn't most players. When a lofted pass came his way outside the box, he didn't think twice. Turning his back to goal, he unleashed an acrobatic scissor kick that flew into the top corner. Anderlecht's keeper could only stand and watch. It wasn't just spectacular, it was absurdly audacious. Rory Delap versus Tottenham Hotspur, 2004. We all know Rory Delap for his legendary long throws, but his bicycle kick against Tottenham was something else. A deep cross found Delap at the edge of the box, and instead of controlling it, he went airborne. The ball soared into the top corner, leaving everyone, including himself, in disbelief. A rare gem from a man better known for his arms than his feet. Dimitar Berbatov versus Liverpool, 2010. Berbatov wasn't known for his acrobatics, but this goal showed he had it all. With United leading Liverpool, Nani sent in a looping cross. Berbatov controlled it with his thigh, took a quick glance, and then executed a perfect bicycle kick. The ball cannoned off the underside of the crossbar and into the net. It was elegance and power in one moment, a goal worthy of any highlight reel. Oscarine Masulu versus Orlando Pirates, 2016. A goalkeeper scoring a bicycle kick. It sounds impossible, but Oscarine Masulu made it happen. In the dying moments of the game, Masulu came forward for a corner and executed a perfect scissor kick that sailed into the net. It was a moment of pure magic that left everyone speechless. Gareth Bale versus Liverpool, 2018. The Champions League final is a stage for the extraordinary, and Gareth Bale delivered one of the greatest goals in the competition's history. Marcelo floated in a cross, and Bale, in one fluid motion, threw himself into the air and connected with a thunderous bicycle kick. The ball flew past Karius and into the net. Bale later called it the best goal of his career, and honestly, it's hard to argue with that. Rivaldo versus Valencia, 2001. Rivaldo's bicycle kick against Valencia wasn't just a goal, it was a lifeline. In the final game of the season, Barcelona needed a win to qualify for the Champions League. Rivaldo stepped up with a jaw-dropping overhead kick from outside the box, sealing the victory. It wasn't just brilliant, it was clutch. Kareem Benzema versus Ajax, 2012. Kareem Benzema's bicycle kick against Ajax was a reminder of why he's one of the most clinical strikers in football. A lofted cross from the right found Benzema, who twisted midair and delivered a spectacular scissor kick. The ball flew into the net, leaving Ajax defenders stunned. Pure class. Jeron Shaqiri versus Poland, 2016. Shaqiri's bicycle kick for Switzerland against Poland in the 2016 Euros was a moment of sheer magic. With his team trailing, Shaqiri delivered a scissor kick from outside the box that curled into the bottom corner. It wasn't just a goal, it was a lifeline that kept Switzerland in the game, a goal for the ages. Trevor Sinclair versus Derby County, 2001. Trevor Sinclair was no stranger to spectacular goals, but his bicycle kick for West Ham against Derby County was something special. A deep cross found Sinclair in space, and he launched himself into the air to deliver a scissor kick that flew into the net. It was audacious, elegant, and unforgettable. Peter Crouch versus Galatasaray, 2006. Peter Crouch might not seem like the typical candidate for a bicycle kick, but his goal against Galatasaray was a thing of beauty. At 6 feet 7 inches, Crouch's agility was on full display as he acrobatically connected with a cross, sending the ball past the keeper. It was a goal that defied expectations and gravity. Ronaldinho versus Villarreal, 2006. Ronaldinho had a habit of doing the impossible, and his bicycle kick against Villarreal was no different. Receiving the ball in the box with his back to goal, he took a touch, adjusted his position, and unleashed an acrobatic bicycle kick that flew into the net. The Villarreal keeper had no chance, and the Camp Nou erupted. Ronaldinho made magic look effortless, and this goal was another masterpiece in his collection. Mauro Bressan versus Barcelona, 1999. Some goals just shouldn't be possible, but Mauro Bressan didn't get the memo. Fiorentina were up against Barcelona in the Champions League when Bressan, from 25 yards out, attempted a bicycle kick. The ball soared over the keeper and into the top corner. It was the kind of goal that makes you rewind the tape over and over, just to make sure you actually saw it. Pure genius. Amoria Scoto versus Chivas, 2017. Amoria Scoto's bicycle kick against Chivas was one of those goals that feels like it belongs in a movie. From outside the box, Scoto launched himself into the air and executed a scissor kick that sailed into the top corner. The audacity, the technique, it was a goal that left everyone watching in awe. Christian Bentech versus Manchester United, 2015. Bentech's goal against Manchester United was a bicycle kick straight out of a video game. A lofted ball fell perfectly, and Benteke, with no hesitation, threw himself into the air. The ball rocketed into the net, giving De Gea no chance. Even though Liverpool lost the game, Benteke's strike remains a highlight. Wendell Lira versus Atletico Go, 2015. Wendell Lira's bicycle kick against Atletico Go didn't just win him the Puskás Award, it won hearts. A perfectly timed cross met Lira mid-air, and his acrobatic finish left the keeper with no chance. It was the ultimate underdog story, as a little-known player captured global attention with one moment of brilliance. Tim Cahill versus Chelsea, 2007. Tim Cahill wasn't known for his acrobatics, but his bicycle kick against Chelsea was pure brilliance. A looping cross came into the box, and Cahill, with his back to goal, launched himself into the air and connected perfectly. The ball flew past Petr Cech, leaving Stamford Bridge stunned. It wasn't just a goal, it was a statement. Idor Gudjohnsen versus Leeds United, 2003. Idor Gudjohnsen's bicycle kick against Leeds was all about timing and elegance. The ball floated into the box, and Gudjohnsen, with pinpoint precision, launched himself into the air. The ball smashed into the net, leaving the keeper rooted to the spot. A masterclass in technique from the Icelandic legend. Antoine Griezmann versus Lyon, 2013. Before he was a global superstar, Antoine Griezmann showed his flair with a stunning bicycle kick for Real Sociedad against Lyon. A deflected cross fell perfectly for Griezmann, who twisted mid-air and delivered a scissor kick that found the back of the net. It was a goal that hinted at the brilliance to come. Radamel Falcao versus America de Cali, 2012. Radamel Falcao has scored some incredible goals in his career, but his bicycle kick against America de Cali stands out. Positioned near the penalty spot, Falcao unleashed a stunning overhead kick that left the keeper with no chance. It was pure instinct and power, everything that makes Falcao one of the greatest strikers of his generation. Marco van Basten versus Den Bosch, 1986. Long before his famous volley in Euro '88, Marco van Basten scored one of the greatest bicycle kicks ever against Den Bosch. A cross came in, and Van Basten, with all the composure in the world, executed a scissor kick that flew into the top corner. It was a glimpse of the greatness that was to come. Jon Mario versus Bologna, 2017. Jon Mario's bicycle kick for Inter Milan against Bologna was a goal that defied expectations. A center-back scoring an acrobatic scissor kick, that's not something you see every day. But Mario's execution was flawless, sending the ball flying past the keeper into the top corner. A moment of brilliance from an unlikely source. Stan Collymore versus Leeds United, 2000. Stan Collymore's bicycle kick against Leeds was all about improvisation. A deflected ball fell behind him, but instead of letting the moment pass, Collymore adjusted mid-air and delivered a stunning scissor kick. It was audacious, and the ball flew into the net with power and precision. Pure Collymore magic. Alejandro Garnacho versus Everton, 2023. Garnacho's goal against Everton was the kind of bicycle kick that makes headlines around the world. The ball came in high, but Garnacho adjusted mid-air and delivered a scissor kick that flew into the net. It was a moment of brilliance from a young player destined for greatness. Noah Sonko Sundberg versus Östersunds FK, 2016. Noah Sonko Sundberg's bicycle kick for GIF Sundsvall against Östersunds was a goal straight out of a dream. The ball came in high, but Sundberg twisted his body mid-air and connected perfectly, sending it into the top corner. It was the kind of goal that makes you rewind just to believe it actually happened. Zlatan Ibrahimovic versus England, 2012. Leave it to Zlatan to rewrite the rules of what's possible on a football pitch. Sweden were already cruising against England, but Zlatan decided the game needed something special. Joe Hart came out for a clearance, but Zlatan, from 30 yards out and with his back to goal, launched himself into the air and pulled off a bicycle kick that defied physics. The ball looped into the net, leaving everyone speechless. It wasn't just outrageous, it was Zlatan. Sebastian Driussi versus Uruguay, U17, 2013. Sebastian Driussi's bicycle kick for Argentina's U17s against Uruguay was a moment of brilliance on the youth stage. A deflected ball came high into the box, and Driussi, with perfect timing, executed an acrobatic overhead kick that left the Uruguayan keeper helpless. A glimpse of the talent that would later shine in his professional career. Daniel Zori versus Ferencváros, 2019. Daniel Zori's bicycle kick against Ferencváros came out of nowhere. Making his debut as a teenager, Zori launched himself into the air and delivered an overhead kick that flew into the net. It was so good, it earned him the Puskás Award and instant global recognition. Not bad for a debut goal. Raul Jimenez versus Panama, 2013. Raul Jimenez's goal against Panama in a World Cup qualifier wasn't just spectacular, it was clutch. With Mexico on the brink of elimination, Jimenez produced a stunning bicycle kick that saved their campaign. The timing, the execution, and the stakes made this goal unforgettable, and it cemented Jimenez as a hero in Mexican football history. Messi versus Clermont, 2022. Even Lionel Messi, known for his magical dribbles and precision finishing, couldn't resist adding a bicycle kick to his resume. In a match against Clermont, Messi connected perfectly with an overhead kick that flew into the net. It was yet another reminder of why Messi continues to redefine what's possible in football. Javi Gomez versus CD Toledo, 2016. Sometimes the lower leagues produce moments of pure magic, and Javi Gomez's bicycle kick for Socuellamos against Toledo was exactly that. A high cross fell awkwardly behind him, but Gomez adjusted his body midair and unleashed a stunning overhead kick that flew into the top corner. It was a moment worthy of any highlight reel. Edmilson versus Costa Rica, 2002. Edmilson's goal for Brazil against Costa Rica in the 2002 World Cup is one for the ages. Positioned at the edge of the box, Edmilson executed a stunning overhead kick that curled into the top corner. It was a goal worthy of the world's biggest stage and a testament to Brazil's flair. Yuri Djorkaeff versus AS Roma, 1997. Yuri Djorkaeff's bicycle kick against Roma was pure poetry. Positioned just outside the box, Djorkaeff threw himself into the air and struck a volley that looped over the keeper and into the top corner. It wasn't just a goal, it was a masterpiece that still gets replayed decades later. Gianluca Vialli versus Cremonese, 1994. Gianluca Vialli's goal against Cremonese wasn't just a bicycle kick, it was a statement of pure class. As the ball floated into the box, Vialli, with his incredible sense of timing, executed a perfect scissor kick that left the keeper stranded. It was a goal that highlighted his technical brilliance and remains one of his most celebrated moments. Andy Carroll versus Crystal Palace, 2017. Andy Carroll isn't the name you expect on a list of iconic bicycle goals, but his strike against Crystal Palace was unforgettable. A cross came in slightly behind him, but Carroll, showing incredible agility for his size, adjusted mid-air and smashed a bicycle kick into the top corner. For a player known more for headers, this was a moment that showcased his underrated technical ability. Even Palace fans were left stunned. Hernand Crespo versus Sporting Cristal, 1996. Hernand Crespo was a master in the box, and his bicycle kick against Sporting Cristal showed his brilliance. A cross came in, and Crespo, with incredible timing, launched himself into the air and connected with perfect precision. The ball flew into the net, cementing Crespo's reputation as one of the best strikers of his era. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Juventus, 2018. When you think of iconic bicycle goals, Ronaldo's strike against Juventus is probably the first one that comes to mind. The Champions League quarterfinal, a packed Allianz Stadium, and Cristiano, as always, delivering on the big stage. Dani Carvajal's cross came in just behind him, but instead of letting the moment pass, Ronaldo adjusted mid-air. Boom! A scissor kick straight into the top corner. The Juventus fans, stunned, couldn't help but applaud. It wasn't just a goal, it was a work of art. From Bellingham to Ronaldo, these bicycle kicks are more than goals. They're moments of pure brilliance that will be replayed for generations. Did we miss any of your favorites? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible football stories. See you next time.